I had another video planned, but a friend came over a few days ago, and as we walked through the beginnings of my garden, she said she lived in an apartment and wished she had the room to have a garden to save on food prices, but only had a balcony. That conversation stuck with me, and I thought I would make a video on how you can grow a large amount of food in a very small garden. First off, if you're thinking that you have to go off-grid or have a large backyard to have a garden, think again. It's possible to grow a tremendous amount of food in grow bags or 5-gallon bucket containers. You can even use storage containers to grow all kinds of vegetables. Just be sure to drill holes in the bottom so water can drain out. None of that requires a lot of real estate, and you don't have to save up to go off-grid. The most important trick for production is to grow high-yield plants that will keep giving you food over and over during the season. Plants like collards, tomatoes, peas and beans, peppers, kale, and all kinds of herbs fall into this category. All of them are great because the more you pick them, the more they will give you. For example, these collards have lasted over 3 seasons and provided lots of meals. Cucumbers can grow well in a 5-gallon container, and the same goes for peas and beans. The trick with both is to set up some sort of trellis. You can use tomato cages or put sticks in the bucket and run string back and forth to give them something to climb. Growing vertically makes maximum use of space while allowing the plants to spread for a good harvest. And, bonus point, some plants like sweet potatoes that can grow in a 5-gallon bucket, I might add, you can eat the leaves. I like to put my sweet potatoes on a trellis so I can easily get to the leaves, because they're an excellent source of vitamin C, antioxidants that prevent inflammation, while also helping to regulate blood sugar. They're a great way to get leafy greens into your diet. And don't forget to succession plant fast-growing vegetables like cucumbers and tomatoes that usually come in a burst of fruit and then die out. Try to have new seedlings ready to replace them. But I don't have a greenhouse, you say. What I do is put the seeds in a jar container, water them, and then tape seal it with another container. Or you can use a food container that seals rather than throwing them away. They both create the perfect greenhouse conditions for new plants to grow, and you don't have to worry about watering them until you're ready to take the tops off and get them accustomed to regular conditions so you can plant them in your buckets to keep harvesting. But what if you get more than you can eat? Part of my summer ritual is mixing tomatoes, garlic, and basil to make my own salsa for football season. Any glass container I get, I wash out and save to store more salsa. For crops like collards and kale, I blanch by putting them in hot water for about a minute. Then place them in a pan of ice-cold water to stop the cooking process. From there, you can store them in the freezer. This way, you have fresh food well past the summer months. You can even grow fruit trees in 5-gallon buckets or the storage containers I mentioned. These will give you a harvest year after year without replanting and can be brought inside during the winter months. I've already started a mulberry tree from cuttings in one of my upside-down containers, and it's even bearing fruit inside the small container. I plan to move it to a larger container while I decide where I want to permanently plant it. Another benefit of having a small garden is the benefit it gives to your mental health. Some of my most peaceful moments occur when I'm outside giving water to my veggies. You're out in the fresh air, and it gives you a welcome break from all the daily stresses that have become a part of our daily lives. Rising prices and broken supply chains work to make us feel powerless and that things are out of our control. You don't have to have acres of land or go off grid to fight back and take back some control. Once you start, you're going to be amazed by how much you can grow in a small space like a balcony to avoid the grocery store, and how good you're going to feel as you watch it grow. See you next time.